Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Construction Simulator 2022. A much improved version on the last two construction simulators. They were both terrible, but this one is not. And my bushings are wearing out on my joystick, and so he's just walking by himself. We're going to go over here, and we're going to do tonight a couple of the tutorials just to kind of see how the game plays. I have a little honesty. I have played a little bit ahead just to see how it was, so I didn't look like a total idiot when I was playing. So we're going to talk with Hape.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you,
Your
Hape.
active help is most welcome. I'm having a tough time keeping up with all the work. Do you know how many people around here are frustrated and thinking of moving away?
Well, it's California. What do you
If
expect?
things keep going like that, this place could become a ghost town.
It's going to become a ghost
To
town.
make matters worse, the water supply broke down this morning.
Ooh, even
It
worse.
seems there's a crack in the pipeline. So if you want to help give people here another chance, let's fix the water line first.
How about let's fix the
Get in your
problem with
tractor
electricity
and go
and
to the local building supply store. You'll find a new pipe section there ready for pickup.
All right.
Just follow the navigation to get there.
I'll get in my
In the
tractor.
meantime, I'll head to the pipeline and take a closer look at the damage.
You do that, Hape. Hape the ape. All right, so once again, this is the third iteration, well, third PC iteration of this game. It is the, I think, fourth or fifth game. They've done a couple mobile versions, at least one mobile version that I'm aware of. That was actually pretty good. Hang on a second. I'm going to turn, now, a couple things that I don't like right off the bat, and I know how to do the tutorial. I don't like the on-the-ground navigation thing. I get it, and it does help a little bit, but I'd like to just look at the GPS. The second thing is to switch to camera mode so you can do this. If you watch the bottom right-hand corner, it's going to turn back to a steering wheel. And when it does that, I'll no longer be able to drive. Oh, see that? It's timed. So once you take your hand off the controls for a couple seconds, it switches back, and now I can't move the camera. That's kind of a headache, so I'm going to show you how to change that real quick. First of all, you go into settings, we go into camera. You change the camera controls to toggle. That way, if you press your left joystick, it turns that camera thing on and off. So you can control the camera all the time or just in driving mode. I don't know why you'd want to be just in driving mode. I always use the camera, just like in Farm Sim where you use the camera to pan. The other thing that we want to turn off is the navigation assistance. That gets rid of the things on the road. Let's go back. And resume. So I'm driving my tractor to the shop. Now, need to point out, the only other pet peeve I've got so far with this game, aside from those two control things I don't like, and it's a big one, but it's not a game breaker, it's the translation from German to English. Now, technically, the Hape, which right there, have you ever met anybody named Hape? No, maybe in Europe, but not in America. He calls this a tractor. Well, technically he's right, because this is part of a tractor-trailer setup. We also call them semi-trucks, but nobody refers to this as a tractor in the United States. 5 minutes of research would have taken, if you spoke to any American and said, what do you call this, and showed them a picture, they would have said a truck or a semi-truck. Maybe a tractor trailer, but most people just don't call these tractors. It's not and he's right, it is actually a tractor. It's part of a tractor trailer setup. But anyway, to me that's just a pet peeve. There's a lot of these little translation slip-ups where they say things that might make sense if you're European and using a dictionary to English. But if they would have spent maybe 2 days with an American consultant saying, no, we don't say that, this is what we call that. Nope, we don't say this, this is what we call this. Nope, nobody in America's named Hape, why don't you use the name Hank instead? Just simple stuff like that. But that's, once again, it's not a game breaker. Cool things about this version of the game, there's two maps. You have an American map and a European map. And we're going to have to go through some of these directions here to make to make the tutorial happy. There we go. Here's a message, Hape. We have to install the new connecting line here and dispose of the old one. Pulling a trailer takes some practice. Be careful. Yes, sir, Hape. Now, this is a weird trailer. Definitely, we do have some of these in America, but they're rare. Definitely a Euro-style trailer with all the steerable wheels. That's something you don't see a lot in America. They are here, but they're very rare. But I think it's cool that we have a Mack Anthem. We also have a CT660. Those of you that have played around with American Truck Simulator, Farming Simulator, Snow Runner, a lot of these trucks are also in those games, so it's neat to see some familiar faces. They're modeled pretty well. The game graphics obviously look very decent. It's not the best model ever, but they're not bad. And when we take this truck to the dealership or the pipe warehouse to drop it off, I will go into the in-cab view, but there is also a cool in-cab view in this truck. And it works pretty well. There we go. We're parked in the spot. One of the things that I like about this version, the driving is pretty decent. In the last version that I played, which was Construction Simulator 2, all you did in the game was pretty much pick up stuff and drop it off. You didn't do a whole lot of construction. It was mostly automatically done for you, except for maybe one or two things. There was a cement pouring mini game. But that's different with this version of the game. In this game, you pretty much do all the work. You're attaching things to, with your crane, you're, digging things out. So I like that. It's much more interactive than it used to be. And so hopefully, we'll see as the game goes, how interactive it gets. But it's pretty neat that you actually have some interactivity, and I'm glad for that, because I want to do the building. I don't want to just have it do for me and I'm driving around. I want to actually do the building, and this version seems to let us do that. So, all right, so we need to go here. We need to go to crane mode. And we're going to have to go to the tutorial. We did all this. We've already looked through this. It wants you to go through all that, but we've done it. So, it's trying to, hang on a second. All right, I had to go through it. Now it's letting me control it. So we raise the crane. We're going to extend the crane. Most of these controls are pretty universal to the other games that we play, Farm Sim, Snow Runner. The only one that I had a hard time finding was rotate. You have to be able to obviously rotate some of the stuff. And I did figure that one out. You have to hold the B button down and then use the joystick. Unfortunately, this tutorial stupid thing is in the way, so I can't see where I'm actually landing the crane. Back a little bit. Will this arm go any higher? Oh, no, there we go, okay. And that should be right on it. And then we can drop the crane. Now what's neat is the camera kind of follows the boom. So, once again, get it right down in here. And now we have the pipe. And we're going to raise the boom. And it's our job to load the defective pipe onto the trailer. Down. And I'm not super good with the crane yet, but I'm not terrible. All right, there's that. There's the rotate. I want to lower this down. Maybe retract the crane a little. There we go. We're getting into range here. We're going to just lower that down again. Turn the crane this way a little bit. Good. And we're going to bring this back over here. Swing that this way. It needs to raise up a little bit. There we go. Nice and easy. We picked this up. practice makes perfect. Like I said, I played this a little bit beforehand, so I didn't look like a total dope while trying to run this crane. Ta-da! We can drop that down. It's almost lined up, so we should be able to get it in pretty quick there. Once it goes green, you can let it go. So we're not in the green yet. Bring it this way. Shoot it up. And boom. Pipes in. All set. Very good. You're natural. Get back in the tractor. You mean my truck. My semi-truck. My tractor trailer. And we're going to take the broken pipe to the shop. So we're entering the tractor. Once again, it's a little confusing. I know what they mean. You know what they mean. But at the same time, it's just not what we say. Okay, so now we open this menu. We can turn the headlights on. We're going to do that. Headlights on. I don't think we need the rotating beacons because we're not hanging out. We also will be turning, let's see, it's coupled, extend, retract ramp, secure, release. I don't know if we're secured or released. I'm not sure. It doesn't really say, does it? Is that? Though I doubt this pipe's going to go anywhere. I want to make sure it's secured. Oh, well. I can't really tell. It doesn't look like there's any chains or anything missing, so. Oop, wrong button. Still learning the buttons. Sorry, folks. So secure? No. It's just not giving us an option, so I guess we'll just leave it. But the one thing I do want to do is go in here and go to the camera. We want to go to the interior. And now you can see the interior view of the truck. And once again, we have a nice Mac Anthem interior. These graphics are pretty on par with Farming Simulator 22, so they're good. Obviously, American Truck and SnowRunner both have more detail on their interiors, but those games also are pretty incredible in their graphics. So this is a little bit of a lower budget game, not a bad thing. But it's good. It's good enough. Gets the job done. Once again, compared to the Construction Simulator 2, the driving is much improved. It's actually pretty enjoyable to drive around. That game, it was annoying. Like, literally, you were constantly like trying to keep the truck on the road, and it would swerve all over the place. It was just a frightening experience trying to drive a truck. And considering the whole game was pretty much driving around, it was just bad. They moved my other truck. All right, so we're going to go up here. Looks like we're going to the depot here to deliver this, and then Hape will probably give us another mission. It looks like daytime does go by right now. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I don't know during the tutorial phase if that's the case, but building yard discovered. All right, let's talk to Hape. What's up, Hape? Let's see those really nicely manicured
Thanks
teeth.
to your quick action replacing that broken piece, the water supply is repaired and back on. Good job. Since we're finished here, maybe you could give me a hand with something else.
Sure.
Old Joe owns a rundown
Old
motel
Joe.
on the outskirts of town. I've been promising him for a while that I would do some renovations on the place. Be a good fella and drive the flatbed truck over there. I'll follow behind and tell you what needs to be done.
Sounds good, Hape. So there, flatbed. That works. Flatbed tractor. Just kidding. I'm just being facetious. All right, let's go ahead and turn the lights on because I like lights on. What did I just do? I reset the truck by mistake. Lights on for safety. All right, so they're having us go to construct the stage A, construct stage A, or construction stage A, courtyard. So there's something we have to do with the courtyard. Now, once again, this is the small section of the city. This is actually, you can see way down there. It looks like, I think we're supposed to be in Los Angeles. So it's no wonder that everyone's trying to move out of there. Because California at this point is pretty much, everyone's trying to move out of California. Do you blame them? Anyway, down there is the main town. And actually a pretty good looking representation of SoCal. Especially the hills here. And really, the times that I've spent out there, it really does look like this. Very dry. The trees are right. The palm trees mixed with regular trees. The pollution in the air looks just right out over the ocean. And we have downtown LA straight ahead. We'll see more of that later. But now we're stuck at a really long light. The lights are really long. I'll be back. All right. We finally got a green light. So this is the CT660. Those of you that play SnowRunner, this should look familiar. We have a CT680 in SnowRunner. Looks very similar to this truck. And it's a pretty capable on-road, off-road truck. I'm not sure what that building is, but the hotel that we're working on is up here. And what I think is one of the cooler missions already, it looks like there's like some serious roadwork stuff in this game, and I don't think that's ever been part of the game before, so I think it's neat. And they're kind of showing that off, I think, for this episode here. They want us to park on the side of the road. Park the Caterpillar CT16. There we go. And we got a steamroller. Hop on out there, bro. Hello, Hape.
Old Joe wants us to pretty up his forecourt a little.
He needs his forecourt prettied up, huh?
Problems. Joe's also been after a new sign on the motel roof for a while now. Something that travelers can see clearly from the highway. As it happens, there's a hotel in town that's about to be torn down.
Ooh, can we tear it down?
That sly fox Joe picked up the neon sign letters cheap, and a crane operator on the construction site opposite owes me a favor. Drive by there later to pick up the letters.
Sly
First,
old Joe.
Let's take care of the forecourt.
Actually,
I have a roller ready for you. So get in and start compacting.
So they're calling this a compactor or a roller. I think in America we pretty much call these steamrollers. Now they're calling it a soil compactor. I mean, it is. It's all those things, but we call them steamrollers. Even though they're not. Well, I guess they still use steam to heat the wheel up. But in this case, it is an actual compactor. It doesn't. I think this is kind of a neat feature. Watch this. So this device you turn on by doing this, and you have. We'll turn the lights on for safety, and we'll turn the other light on for safety. I wish you could do more than one light at a time. Nope. But then you also turn the compacting on, and the wheel vibrates, which I didn't know that was how they worked until I played this game. I was like, wait a minute, is that how they work? I looked it up, and sure enough, that is, they do have a vibration, and then that kind of pounds the rock down and makes it flat. So I thought that was pretty neat. But my cousin Joe, not to be confused with old Joe, is also one of those guys. He goes around and finds stuff for sale all the time. He owns a comedy club in Michigan, and that's what he does. Is he finds stuff all the time for the comedy club, and goes and picks it up, or has us pick it up. There's a Ohio State University a lot of times has these big auctions where they sell stuff off that they're not using anymore. And my cousin will buy stuff from them. He's gotten all kinds of weird stuff like giant puppets and stuff that his comedians that come in to perform can use, and stuff that he puts around the facility so that people can view them. And it's a pretty neat thing. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny that old Joe found a used hotel sign. I'm like, that's my cousin, totally, in a nutshell. Finding use this or use that, getting a real good deal on it. He's always been good at that. Screwed that up. We're fixing up this guy's forecourt, otherwise known as driveway or parking lot. Now, if you drive off the lot, the machine will shut off. But I just keep try to, as long as you stay reasonably on center, it'll keep running. So it's pretty cool. It's we have a real Caterpillar steamroller here, and I think that's neat. Once again, brand placement and brand licensing is everything in these games. I know that it's like looking at even this American Farmer game that the squad worked on that's coming out has some decent brand placement. I'm looking forward to trying that game out. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that because I don't like. I'll be able to try it out, but I don't know how I'm going to get it so that you guys can see it because it is a mobile game. Now watch, it'll shut off. I'm going to go off here and it'll say, yeah, compacting disabled. But that's okay. We'll just turn it back on when we get on. Wrong button. I do that all the time. Now, I do wish we had a cruise control button. Because I'm lazy. Want to do it realistically, you just back and it'll fill in the rest. When you get to 100%, that's something I don't love. See, it just finished it. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this thing off to the side so we're not on the forecourt or parking lot as we normally would call it. That's the best this dang forecourt's ever looked. Sorry, I can't stop. All right, I'm going down to the city to pick up the letters from the old motel. Look at the moon coming up over the hills. It's pretty cool. Message from Hape. Message Hape. Drive to the Monument Hotel, get the letters. He says it's going to be fun. And he probably is right. All right, so I'm going to drive down there. If I see anything cool, I'll catch up with you, but it's mostly just driving, so I'll be back. This is kind of cool. And once again, the visuals on this game are decent. Look at there. You can see the whole city down there. That's pretty neat, honestly. It looks really good. The traffic's kind of goofy. Look at that, though. That's cool. And this whole, like, hill down there, well, it's not like super exciting. It really does look like California. And I think that whole area is part of the map. So I mean, there's a pretty big play area on this game. And once again, this is one of two maps. There's also a European map. So don't forget that. You have both the American and the European map. There's Vaughn's over there with the play place. But this does look like, I mean, Santa Barbara, And it does, especially the city looks like Los Angeles. And it's been probably 10 years since I've been out there, but it really does look like SoCal. Here we're getting into town, but cool. This is just cool. Yeah. Once again, much improved from the last version. There's a gas station over there on the right. You do have to fill up your trucks and also repair them, which I like. There's going to be some learning going on, and like I said, this is not... We'll do more episodes of this game. It's not going to be just this episode. I will probably play through this game somewhat. And there's also a multiplayer feature, so I'll see if any of my friends are going to pick it up, if we'll do some multiplayer together. I know Tilo was the one that showed me this. So I'm not sure if he'll pick it up or... he may. Hopefully he will. Mr. Micah usually picks these up too, so I'll have some playtime since Farm Sim isn't working. We can't get, it's weird. Micah and I have been trying really hard to get Farm Sim to work so we can continue our series, and it's not. It just won't work. There we go. All right, so we're supposed to get into this crane, and we're going to make a motel sign. It's pretty funny. So now we got to get into this giant crane. To climb up that ladder somehow. Just climb. Oh, look how fast that happened. Operate Manuel. I wish that thing would go away. I know how to use the crane. Thank you. I've done this before. There, you got rid of it. Raise that up. Raise up the M. Rotate the M. Too much. Bring the M back. And we're putting the M on the truck. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Do 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 do. Okay, so I'm gonna load the rest of the truck. You've obviously seen how we do it. Then we're just gonna repeat that process 4 more times to get the hotel. So a little bit of repetitivity in the game, but that's okay. I like that. That's construction. Chink. All right, I'll be back. All right, moving that L into position. Ta-da! What's the heck? And we're climbing down out of the crane in just seconds. So we have the word motel on our truck. So now we're going to go take this back up to our friend's motel in the small town. Get to drive around downtown a little bit here. Ooh, that's a cool building. 6 Dudes. Okay. 6dudes.com. 52 cents a gallon for diesel? What? That's not the California I know. I just totally broke the rules by driving. All right, I'm going to head back up to the construction site, so I'll see you guys when I get up there. That's a cool view. The truck going up the hill. And it's over. So we're working our way back up. I was trying to get a cool screenshot there, but kind of failed miserably. Maybe here at the next location. Is this a good screenshot? Let's see. Oh yeah, look. There's the whole LA basin out there. How does that look? That's really cool. We'll find out what happens, but so far it looks great. Now, once again, keep in mind this is post-release, but this is a day one. We're looking at this game on the day it was released, so there may some things I might complain about, and they probably or hopefully will change some of them. In fact, this happened last time I remember with this game. I had made a couple complaints about the controls, and within a day or two, they had come out with patches to fix them. So I don't know if they're going to do that or not on this one, but really, honestly, I haven't seen any, aside from the Americanization of some of the terminology, I haven't really seen any game-breaking or difficult to deal with bugs. This game is really quite well done so far. It seems pretty well put together, and so we'll find out as we get further into the game. Still haven't tried the multiplayer. That's, like I said, to me that seems like it might be the most interesting part of the game, is being able to build stuff with your friends, because it takes a lot of steps to do some of these buildings. You have one person running to get this, one person operating this piece of machinery while somebody else does something else. That's kind of the fun of it. So we'll see how the game progresses and how it translates into multiplayer. But I think this is going to be a cool game down the road. So there's the spot, that they want us to park. Wrong button. Okay. Going into other operations mode. That's this button. Nope. Just screwed that up. Camera's being weird. Okay, there we go. All right, I want to extend that arm a little bit. Drop it down. There we go. And there's the L. Extend this out. I'm going to rotate that L. Extend it out a little more. Odd positioning here. Set it down. There you go. That looked great. Perfect. I aimed perfectly. Raise it up. Oh my gosh. Suck the arm in. What did I do wrong? I see what I did wrong. I had to raise it up and then lower it. Ta-da! See how easy this is? No, I don't want to do that. Sometimes it won't. You press the wrong button and it. Anyway. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this done. I'll see you guys once I'm finished. See you in just a minute or two as I complete this wonderful, easy task. All right, I'll be back. All right, so I've finished with that, and I need to find the menu so we can reset the crane. There we go. And just like SnowRunner, we can just reset it on the fly. And then we can go, let's see, back here, put it into drive mode. There we go. And we're going to clear the construction site by parking our truck over here. And now we have to have a little powwow with Hape, who's going to tell us good job, and then we're going to call it an episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick run through of the first two tutorials and a first look at the game.
Won't believe his eyes.
Old Joe won't believe his
better
eyes.
than when this place opened 30 years ago.
Yes, it does.
You did an excellent job.
Yes, I did.
Even the recycled neon signs are working perfectly.
Yes, they are.
You can finally see the motel from the highway.
Yes, you can.
I'm sure it will start attracting tourists again.
Yes, it will.
Do you have another minute you can spare?
No, I
Then
don't.
let's meet at the old gas station in town.
Oh,
Someone
fudge.
else there needs our help.
Okay, well, someone else needs help. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, the first episode of Construction Simulator 2022. Once again, I am pretty impressed. And like I said, the other ones sucked. Not this one. This game's fun. We'll see how it goes in the long run, but so far I'm happy with it. I think it's going to be a good game, and it seems like it's fairly well done. So I'll see you in the next episode. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help, and we will see you next time on the Construction Simulator. Bye.